Have you ever started your day with incredible focus and determination, only to find yourself completely drained by lunchtime? You're not alone. Why do a staggering 80% of people report failing at their self-control goals by midday? The answer isn't a lack of character or desire. It's a fundamental misunderstanding of what willpower truly is. We've been told that willpower is about gritting our teeth and pushing through. But modern science reveals a different story. Because willpower is a muscle, and most of us are squandering it. Think about it. Like any muscle in your body, your willpower gets tired from overuse. Every decision you make, every temptation you resist, every time you force yourself to focus, you're doing a rep. And just like you can't lift weights indefinitely, you can't exert self-control forever without a strategy. But here's the good news. Just like a muscle, your willpower can be trained. It can be strengthened. You can learn to use it more efficiently, conserve its energy for when it matters most, and build its capacity over time. This isn't about finding a magical source of motivation. It's about understanding the science and applying proven techniques. Ready to train smarter? In this video, we'll break down the 4 essential pillars to building unbreakable self-discipline. First, let's diagnose the problem. What drains you? The biggest culprit is decision overload. From the moment you wake up, you're bombarded with choices. What to wear? What to eat for breakfast? Which email to answer first? Each tiny decision chips away at your willpower reserve. This is called decision fatigue. By the time a real challenge appears, like choosing the gym over the couch, your decision-making muscle is already exhausted. The fix? Automate. Plan your outfits, meals, and most important task for the day the night before. Reduce the number of choices you have to make, and you'll save your strength for the ones that count. Next, the silent killer of self-control: sleep deprivation. Lack of sleep saps willpower fast. When you're tired, your brain's prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for executive functions like self-control, goes into low-power mode. Your emotional centers, however, run wild. This is why you're far more likely to snap at a coworker or grab a sugary snack when you're running on fumes. Prioritizing 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep isn't a luxury. It's the foundation of your daily discipline. Your brain also runs on glucose. When your blood sugar is low, your self-control plummets. This doesn't mean you should load up on candy. It means you need a steady supply of energy from complex carbs, protein, and healthy fats. A mid-afternoon slump isn't just you being lazy. It's often a biological signal that your willpower fuel tank is empty. Keep healthy snacks on hand to maintain stable energy levels. Finally, stress and environmental clutter are major drains. A messy desk or a phone buzzing with constant notifications creates a low-level hum of chaos, forcing your brain to constantly filter out distractions. This background noise is a constant, subtle drain on your willpower. A quick tidy up or turning off notifications for an hour can dramatically boost your ability to focus. Now that we know what drains our willpower, let's learn how to manage it in the moment. This is where we master the art of delayed gratification. The most powerful tool is a simple linguistic trick. Swap "I can't" for "I choose not to." Saying "I can't eat that cake" feels like a restriction, a deprivation. It creates a sense of loss. But saying "I choose not to eat that cake" is an affirmation of your power. It frames the decision as an active choice aligned with your long-term goals, empowering you rather than victimizing you. This simple reframe shifts your entire mindset from one of sacrifice to one of control. Another powerful technique is future self-visualization. When faced with a temptation, don't just fight the urge. Instead, visualize the payoff for 10 seconds. Close your eyes and vividly imagine the feeling of accomplishment after you finish your workout. Picture the pride you'll feel when you hit your project deadline. See the energy you'll have tomorrow because you chose to go to bed on time. By making the future reward feel more immediate and real, you give your brain a compelling reason to resist the short-term pleasure. You're not just saying no to the donut, you're saying yes to a healthier, more vibrant you. You can also rig the game in your favor with pre-commitment and temptation bundling. Pre-commitment means making a decision in advance. When your willpower is high, that makes it harder to back out later. This could be using an app to block distracting websites during work hours, laying out your gym clothes the night before, or telling a friend your goal to create accountability. Temptation bundling, a concept from behavioral scientist Katie Milkman, involves pairing something you to do with something you do. Only let yourself listen to your favorite podcast while you're at the gym. Only watch your favorite Netflix show while you're folding laundry. This links the immediate reward of the want activity with the long-term benefit of the should activity, making the difficult task more attractive. To truly build your willpower muscle, you need to train it consistently. This brings us to our third section, self-control exercises. The key here is not to start with a marathon, but with micro reps. Practice one tiny habit daily. The goal is to create a small, guaranteed win that proves to yourself you can follow through. This could be as simple as the 2-minute rule. Want to read more? Just commit to reading 1 page. Want to exercise? Just commit to a 2-minute plank. The act of starting is often the hardest part. By making the barrier to entry ridiculously low, you build momentum and the habit of showing up. One of the most effective micro-habits is mindful breathing. When you feel an impulse or a wave of stress, your nervous system goes into fight or flight mode. A simple breathing exercise can instantly downshift you back into a state of calm control. Try box breathing right now. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4. Repeating this just a few times sends a powerful signal to your brain that you are safe and in command. It creates a crucial pause between a trigger and your reaction, giving your rational mind a chance to step in. Another advanced technique is called urge surfing. Cravings and impulses feel overwhelming, but neurologically, they are like waves. They build in intensity, peak, and then naturally subside, usually within 90 seconds. Instead of fighting the urge, observe it with curiosity. Notice where you feel it in your body. Acknowledge it without judgment, like a scientist studying a phenomenon. By riding the wave instead of being crushed by it, you learn that you are not your urges. You can experience them without having to act on them. For a different kind of training, try small acts of deliberate discomfort. Use your non-dominant hand to brush your teeth. Take a 30-second cold rinse at the end of your shower. These tiny, safe challenges break you out of autopilot and strengthen the mental circuits of conscious action. Finally, how do we make these gains last? This is about strengthening willpower over the long term. The first principle is progressive overload, borrowed from weight training. You wouldn't try to bench press 300 pounds on your first day. You start small and gradually increase the weight. The same goes for willpower. Once your 2-minute plank becomes easy, try for 3 minutes. Once you've successfully avoided checking email for 1 hour, try for 90 minutes. By incrementally increasing the challenge, you steadily expand your capacity for self-control without burning out. Crucially, building strength requires rest. You can't train the same muscle group hard every single day and expect it to grow. It grows during recovery. Your willpower is no different. Schedule deliberate downtime. Take real breaks during your workday. Protect your weekends. Meditate. Spend time in nature. Rest isn't laziness. It's a strategic component of peak performance. It's during these periods of recovery that your willpower reserves are replenished and strengthened. What gets measured gets managed. Small wins compound, so it's vital to track your progress. Use a habit tracker app or a simple journal. Seeing a chain of successful days creates powerful motivation. It provides tangible evidence that your efforts are paying off, which is crucial for staying consistent when your initial enthusiasm wanes. And when you hit a milestone, no matter how small, celebrate it. Celebrate each step. Finished your 2-minute plank? Give yourself a mental high five. Made it a week without hitting snooze? Treat yourself to a nice coffee. This positive reinforcement rewires your brain to associate the difficult habit with a feeling of reward, making it easier to repeat. Ultimately, the most profound way to strengthen willpower is to shift your identity. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. When you choose the salad, you're not just avoiding calories, you're casting a vote for being a healthy person. When you complete your work before checking social media, you're casting a vote for being a focused person. Stop telling yourself, "I'm trying to be someone who exercises." Start telling yourself, "I am the kind of person who doesn't miss a workout." This identity shift is the ultimate goal, turning willpower from a constant battle into a natural expression of who you are. Let's bring it all together. We've learned that willpower is a finite, trainable muscle. It's drained by decision fatigue, poor sleep, and stress. We can manage it in the moment by reframing our choices, visualizing our rewards, and pre-committing to our goals. We can strengthen it with daily micro-habits like the 2-minute rule and mindful breathing. And we can make it last by applying progressive overload, prioritizing rest, tracking our wins, and shifting our identity. Willpower isn't magic. It's practice. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. The journey to unbreakable self-discipline doesn't start with a massive, life-altering change. It starts with a single, conscious choice. So what will your one tiny habit be? Start today.